What's up, YouTube? Lavina May here today with, we are doing a draft analysis for the UBC. Should be fun. I'm not sure when this is going to be going up because we need to get some other stuff up first. But, yeah, hopefully you guys like this. It's going to be a pretty quick run through normal draft analysis, so it should be fun. So we start here. We got Deontay. I just love this thing in leagues. Great having 110 base speed. I like that a lot about it. Then his attacks are insane. Like 160 base attack is incredible. Like that's really good. And the fact that this thing was tier 2 makes it even better. And best part about it is just from using it a bunch of times and from experience, Diance's moveset. So like he doesn't get that many moves, I would say, but his moves that he gets just so happen to cover like every single type imaginable. So it's pretty good. And yeah, like he has Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Earth Power, Explosion's fun, Psychic, Psyshock for those annoying poison types, Rock Slide, even though Diamond Storm's 10 times better, Stone Edge, Toxic, not that I'm going to be Toxic stalling at all, but yeah. Guard Split could be fun, Gravity is fun, gets Rock Polish, which is useful if you need to outspeed everything, if you just sweep if you outspeed everything. Never actually used it, but Iron Defense could be fun, raising our defense, and like, everybody thinks that like, Diancie dies to one hit, but if you actually put defensive investment in it, I mean, it has 110 base defense and 110 base special defense, and that's actually pretty good. The reason why it's not that bulky is because of its HP being 50, but overall it's actually surprisingly bulky if you can put in the right EVs and you actually put in investment into its defense, which I'm probably not going to do, but just as an option. Yeah. Let's see, anything else that's interesting? Trick Room's fun. So yeah. Now you have Victini. Now, I personally think this is one of the best Pokemon in leagues. Like, I put this thing at the same level as like a Manaphy. That is, if you guys have not noticed, I love using. Because if you look at it, like base 100 all around, which is awesome. So all those Pokemon that base 100 all around are awesome. And then if you look at his moveset, look at this: Fire type, Electric type, Fighting type, Fairy type, Grass type. Electric type, Grass type again, HP Ice, that's usable, Psychic type, of course. He actually gets priority in Quick Attack, which most people don't know. Ghost, Bug, Electric, I think I already said Electric, but still, he gets U-Turn. And then you come down here, he gets V-Create. This is probably the single most best move in ever, because of, if you're running, for example, Scarf, and you click V-Create, and if it hits everything neutrally, it's gonna pop something's gonna die, because it hits 180 base power. With Stab, that goes up to, I'm pretty sure Stab is 1.5 times, so that goes up to 270 base power, which is unheard of. Like, that's higher base power, that's higher power than a non-stab explosion. And then if it's super effective, that goes up to like 540 base power, and that's just incredible. So you also get some fun moves to use, like Trick, stuff like that. You get some status stuff like Trick. Then you got Toxic, Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp, which are all status. Taunt is always good. Rest, Power Up Punch could be fun if you're running physical, and he gets good physical and special moves. Like if you're running physical, you're gonna go V-Create. If you're running special, you're gonna go Blue Flare. And he has this ability, Victory Star, which basically makes all of his moves hit. Like, you're not gonna be losing to a miss. So that's awesome. Yeah, so next we're gonna go to Lando. Another really solid Pokemon in leagues. Another Pokemon that gets U-Turn to get that momentum if you need it. Set up rocks. Intimidate is great. And then he gets like moves like Bulk Up or Calm Mind if you want to set up. And he gets pretty good physical and special moveset, both of them, because Landorus Therian is a physical attacking Pokemon 100%, but it has like 105 base special attack, which is actually really good. Like, that's higher special attack than Victini. So that's pretty good. So if you really wanted to, you could run him special, and he gets a pretty good special moveset because you have Lando T and then you have Lando I. Lando I is it's pretty much a pure special attacker most of the time. So like, if you need to, like, you have those special moves to use if you ever need to hit something specially instead of physically. Like if you're playing like a Mega Aggron, for example, which is super bulky defensively but not really specially defensive, you might want to run something special instead. Explosion, fun. Rock Polish, you can run Double Dance, Rock Polish, and Swords Dance, because you also get Swords Dance. As I mentioned before, Stealth Rock. Substitute U-Turn, as mentioned before, to get that momentum. And he gets Toxic if you want to stall, and he has pretty good stats all around. I mean, like 89 HP and then 90 and 80 is pretty good. Like if you go max HP, max defense, and max special defense, it's going to be able to take a hit. Only hit it can't really take is a stab ice type attack. If it's max defense, max HP, and they're at -1 attack, I might be able to take like an Ice Skull Crash, but I don't even think you can do that. So like, he's not taking many ice type attacks, but we have stuff to counter that. I mean, you have Victini, you have Suicune, stuff like that. So I'm excited. I think that our team is pretty good this league. So with that, we are going to go on to our next Pokemon, which is Celebi. Another one of those 100 all around that's just really versatile. I mean, he has Baton Pass. I want to nasty plot up, get a Baton Pass off, pass it to something else. Calm Mind if I want to get him defense. You got Fairy type moves, Rock type moves, Ground type moves, Grass type moves. Let's see. Psychic type moves, Ghost type moves, Bug type moves. And since he's a 100 all around, you could also run him physical, which is pretty good because like, he gets Nasty Plot special, but I think he also gets Swords Dance. Could be wrong. Yeah, he also gets Swords Dance, and then he has Priority and Sucker Punch. So he can actually hit pretty hard if you either way, and he gets Recovery with Recover and Synthesis, which is pretty good. Let's see, anything else? T-Wave, U-Turn again, Priority. Like we run U-Turn on like half of our team, and then Volt Switch on a few Pokemon, so that's pretty good. And he can stall, which is really what he's known for. Like, he's known for really being a bulky Pokemon that can stall. So, like, I could do that too. But I am kind of really love this thing because it's, like, known for being a stally Pokemon. But you can also run it with, like, physical attacks and actually hit hard because he has 100 base stats all around. And let's see, anything else? Heal Block if I really need that. Like, if I'm facing, like, a Chansey, I might want to use that. Magic Room also could help against Chansey. Like, this thing could also be a complete Chansey counter, which is pretty cool. I don't know, just a fun fact. Let's see. Skill Swap is pretty useful sometimes. Set up Rain Dance, Sandstorm if I don't think I do have something that uses Rain Dance and Heliolisk, but yeah. Let's see. Sunny Day, pretty good. Trick Room, again, I could run Trick Room team 1 week, although my team's pretty fast. But yeah, so Celebi is another one of those really versatile Pokemon that can really do a lot of different things. Next, we go to the Stall God, him/herself, which is Suicune. Suicune puts in so much work in leagues. If you look at his stats, his defensive stats, he got 100, 115, 115. So Crocoon, let's see what he goes up to. So he's going to go up to 404 HP and 361 defense. Now, I don't know if you guys know too much about that, but that's incredible to have 404 HP and 361 defense. Like, that thing is taking any physical attack that's not super effective on it, and really any super effective attack that's not stab. Only way to really hurt him when you're using him is to get him before I set up the Calm Minds, because as you guys know, Crocoon, Suicune is awesome and annoying to play against. So if you guys don't know what that is, that just means you go Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Scald, and that just destroys everything if you can get up all of it, if you can get to max special attack, max special defense. And then a little less known fact is that or not really less known fact, but less used fact, because it's not as good, is that you can technically run him offensively. He does get extreme speed, not that he would use it because he is mainly special attack, but interesting to have. You got Air Slash, Ice type moves, Calm Mind Still if you really want to set that up anyways. Ice Beam, awesome. Hydro Pump, Scald, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, and he gets Tailwind, which is fun to use. Like, usually I'm probably going to run like a Crocoon type of build because those are the best ones, but you could always run something else if you really want, because he can do other stuff than just be completely bulky and just be Crocoon and just destroy lives. Like, you could run him with Toxic if you're versing somebody that has some pretty bulky Pokemon as well, stuff like that. So, he's pretty cool to use. I wish that he got Water Absorb already, but that's probably not coming out until closer to Sun and Moon. So, we're not going to have that for this league, but that's still really good even without that. And with that, we go to our next Pokemon, Heliolisk. Now, Heliolisk I kind of picked because I wanted something. This was before I picked Celebi, because I didn't even think about Celebi. But I picked Heliolisk because I needed something that could really take a water type move really well, other than just Suicune, because if they kill Suicune I would be screwed. And also he's good with Suicune because of the fact that he can take an electric type move as well. So like, the main reason why I picked him is because of the fact that he can take a water type move, but it just so happens that he can also take an electric type move because of his typing. And if you want to, he can hit really hard with Solar Power or hide from people with Bright Powder Sand Veil, which would be really fun, and something like that would be really annoying to use. But hit him with that Flash, do like a offensive build type of thing, and just destroy lives, which would be awesome. So yeah, and he's also an electric type move Pokemon, which is always good to have in that type Pokemon. He's fast, 109 speed, hits pretty hard, 109 special attack, and he is probably not going to take too many hits, but his special defense is 94, which is not horrible at all. It's actually pretty good. So he can probably take a special hit if you set him up right. And he gets stuff like Dragon Tail if you need, something like that, which I probably won't use because he probably won't be able to take a hit if I need a Dragon Tail, but just an option. And then I'd really be looking more at the special side of things, which I haven't even looked at before, so I'm looking at this now for the first time as well. We got Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Focus Blast, Glare to Paralyze. Probably also gets Thunder Wave, so that Glare doesn't matter, but still. Signal Beam, Surf. Oh, he gets Water, that's cool. Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, yeah, Thunder Wave, and he gets U-Turn and Volt Switch. So this thing is also really good for, what's it called? For really that momentum that I was talking about. Like, that's 4 out of our first 6 Pokemon that get U-Turn and Volt Switch. So that's awesome to have. Just that I'm not forgetting his name. That momentum. And could be fun to use once. Maybe run like Camouflage or something. I don't really know. Airy Impulse. Never seen anybody use that before, but could be useful at some point if we want. Let's see. Electric Terrain's not helping. Electro to lower speed if I want. Hit him with the Flash, Bright Powder, Sand Veil, Magnet Rise if they're a ground type Pokemon. And he has this move called Parabolic Charge, which is special just to him, which is pretty cool because it heals 50% of the damage that I deal. It does not have high power, but could be interesting to use 1 week. He does get Sandstorm, so he can set up his own. And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking for him for the first time, and I'm probably gonna mostly be using him as a offensive Pokemon, and really probably just run him specially offensive if I need. Because he's pretty good all around. I mean, I like him a lot. He also gets Grass Knot, which is useful. Like, I could even, like, this thing actually beats, like, Mega Swampert 1v1 if it's not in the rain. And even if it is in the rain, you can do stuff to kind of beat it. Like, I could run, like, something, I don't know, like, even, like, an air balloon or something, get an agility off, then end up, like, outspeeding him because I'm faster at 2 times speed, and using, like, Magnet Rise, expecting the Earthquake, which was definitely going to come, and basically just do something like that and just play around with it, which I think would be really fun and really cool actually to use. So those are our first 6 Pokemon. Now we're going to move on to our next 5. So first one out of these is Blaziken. Now Blaziken, I never really looked at it since it is an Uber's Pokemon. It gets speed boosted, which is the reason why it's an Uber's Pokemon. But I never really looked at it because of that. And I was looking through Pokemon to take. I need a fire and a fighting type. And I was trying to decide between Blaziken, with Blaze being its ability, and Emboar, with, I don't know, being Emboar. And I actually came to the conclusion that Blaziken is better. Because if you look at it, I mean, 80 base HP is not bad at all. So if I want to, I could put EVs in one of these to max HP running bulky. But the best part about him is that he can be special or physical. Physical attack is a little bit higher, but if you're fighting something that's very physically bulky, then he could really be run special if you want and really do some work. And he has great moves. I mean, acrobatics, if I use up something, if I were to use like, if I were to have him running like an air balloon or something, they break the air balloon, then my acrobatics is going to be doing some good damage. Although I don't know why I would use acrobatics if I can just use Brave Bird other than damage wise, but whatever. He also gets Baton Pass, which is great. That's another reason why he's Uber, because he has Baton Pass and Speed Boost, but whatever, that's a whole nother story. But I can even run Baton Pass on him here. Do something like Bulk Up, or I think it's Swords Dance, something like that. Get the stats up, then Baton Pass if I need. And then you look at his moves. So you got Blaze Kick, high critical hit ratio, pretty good. Brave Bird, which is awesome to have. It's a great move, really strong, really powerful. I think that should get stat boost, but that's just me personally. Brick Break, Bulk Up, Earthquake, Fire Blast, and then he has Flame. And then I was looking and I got down to where it says he got Flame Charge, and that was where I just decided, you know what? Perfect, this is the guy I need. Because even though he only has 80 base speed, with Flame Charge, he's going to be outspeeding anything if they aren't scarfed as well and faster than him. So like, Flame Charge is a great move, and it's really good to have that on a fire type, because then you can outspeed stuff that you wouldn't normally outspeed. And then you keep looking at Flamethrower, Flare Blitz, Focus Blast if you need to run some Fighting Stab, and the special side. Obviously the hidden powers, these are the 3 that you use usually, but you still have all of them. High Jump Kick, which is great, get that stab boost. Hone Claws will make our High Jump Kick and a few other moves 100% hit rates and raise their damage. Knock Off, great move for fighting types so that they can hit ghost types. Night Slash if I don't want to run Knock Off, which I don't know why I would run Night Slash over it, but just in case. Poison Jab for all of those annoying fairy types. Power Up Punch to raise your attack. Quick Attack with that stab. Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge, Superpower, Thunder Punch, and then Swords Dance. And like, I was looking through this and it just got better and better. And then when I realized that, because I like taking Pokemon that are really versatile for these leagues, and when I realized that he got Will-O-Wisp and his defensive stats were 80, 70, 70, so like, look, I could go like max HP, max special defense. Let's do that. So now we got 364 and 262. So that's going to be taking a lot of hits. And I could even throw an Assault Vest on there, something to make him even more bulky. And really take a lot of hits and do some damage. And then when I realized that I could get that Will-O-Wisp to really burn you and cripple you so that you aren't going to be doing as much damage to him, then that was awesome. I was like, hell yeah, I want this thing over Emboar. So yeah, that's really my thought. That was my thought process on this, which I think was a good thought process, and I think I made the right choice here. And just in case I want to run it one week, Feather Dance is really fun to use. I've used it in leagues with what I have Murkrow, because why not? And those are awesome. And let's see, anything else? I could go Focus Energy and then almost guarantee the crit with Blaze Kick if I wanted. Mirror Move if I wanted to, if I think I could take a hit. Natural Gift, useful. Roleplay, which is great, because if I think I'm going to take a hit, or I think he's going to switch into something that I could take advantage of their ability instead of using my ability of Blaze, which is not very good, I can just use Roleplay and replace my ability and really do some good stuff there. And Solar Beam if I wanted, if I really wanted to, and he gets Vacuum Wave, which is awesome, because even if I run him, because that means that even if I run him special, I can still get that priority on him, which is amazing. Because you don't usually get something like that, where it has priority both physical and special. His special priority actually does more than his physical priority, but like, he doesn't get that many special setup moves, so I'm probably going to be using him physical, but we'll see. Should be fun. Next we go to Metagross. Yeah, so Metagross, I personally think is one of the most underrated Pokemon in leagues. Because obviously Mega Metagross is banned in most leagues, which goes to show you how good it is. But normal Metagross, like I just said, probably one of the most underrated Pokemon leagues. I know I did an interview already, and they said that, they asked me what I thought the most underrated Pokemon was, and I didn't mention Metagross, but now I'm looking at my team. Metagross is definitely one of the most underrated Pokemon. Slap an Assault Vest on that thing, give him, then this thing is taking any hit if you're max HP, max attack, and because that's going to be crazy. Like, you slap an Assault Vest on him, that's plus 108, so now he's going to be at 324 special defense, 296 defense, and he has 80 HP, so that's going to be at 364 HP, and then max attack, so plus attack minus special attack, that's, actually that's a 0, so 31. That goes up to 405, guys. Do you guys know how good it is to be able to go up to 405 attack? That's just incredible. Like, that, like, Mega Metagross is amazing. Just to put that into, I guess, really understanding how good it actually is, 135 attack, base attack, is the same as, let's see, Salamence, which is a great physical attacker, Mega Aerodactyl, which is a great physical attacker, Excadrill, again, great physical attacker, more attack than Dragonite and T-Tar, which are also great physical attackers. Yeah, so it's just really good having that at 130, that 135 base attack and reaching up to 405 is incredible. And then you look at his moves, he gets Thunder Punch and Ice Punch, which is good, Bullet Punch to get that priority, Earthquake, Explosion, fun, Hammer Arm, Iron Head, Meteor Mash, Power Up Punch, Pursuit, Rock Slide, and Zen Headbutt. And then he's got Trick, which is awesome because you could really hurt somebody. Like, I could trick my Assault Vest, for example, even onto like something that's not like a bulkier Pokemon and not let them heal or anything. Toxic Stall if I wanted, because he does have pretty high, what's it called? Pretty high defenses, as we mentioned. Then yeah, Substitute if you want to set up a sub. Rest, Sleep Talk, always fun. Rock Polish to raise your speed. Reflect, Light Screen if I want to use screens on him, which would make him even more bulky than he already is, which I might want to do one week. So yeah, overall, he is a great Pokemon. I love him so much. And like I said, probably one of the most underrated Pokemon in leagues. Because people are just like, oh, it's not Mega Metagross, it's not that good. Well, they're wrong. Normal Metagross is amazing. If you remember those Sapphire and Ruby and Emerald days, when we had the Hoenn region, not the new ones, but the old ones, the originals. Don't lie. Don't tell me that you guys were not worried to play a Metagross in those games, and you guys wanted a Metagross in those games, because Metagross is so good. His stats are incredible. So yeah, and then also if I really want to make him even more bulky by using Iron Defense, Magnet Rise is great if I run speed on him, even though I don't know if I will because he's not that fast, but we will see. And yeah, so he's just awesome. I love him so much, and he's a great Pokemon I can't wait to use in this league. Next we got Togetic, aka the Bulky Goddess. This thing is one of my favorite bulky Pokemon to use in leagues. Shout out to you, Aaron, this thing beat you. And I completely understand why. If you look at this, guys, yeah, his HP is not that high, it reaches 314. But his defense and special defense, 85 and 105 for a Pokemon that can evolve. Which means you can give him an Eviolite, so that raises both those by 1.5 times. that makes him one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the game. Even though he does not have that high HP, his defenses being that high really make up for it and make him super bulky. And he also gets some pretty good moves to help out. Like Baton Pass is pretty good. Defog is great to clear hazards because I was having trouble slowing with that. Heal Bell, great. Light Screen, Hit Reflector, yeah, I guess Reflect 2. I don't know if I would really use those, but just in case. Magic Code if I want. Nasty Plot, Baton Pass. Roost, Morning Sun to heal. Soft Boil to heal. Tailwind if I want to raise speed. Thunder Wave, Toxic, Trick, Wish. Like, his Wish does not heal that much, but it heals more than enough. Because most Pokemon that you're really going to want to be you're going to be wanting to wishing to, are not going to have too much higher attack than max HP here, so they aren't going to have too much higher than 314. So it's going to restore about 50% on those two. And then, if you really wanted to, I don't usually run him with any offensive moves, really, or maybe like one, like Dazzling Gleam or something. But if you want to, he does have 80 special attack, which is not bad. And Attract is always fun to use. I could use Charm to lower their attack if I wanted. Counter if I wanted. Endeavor if I wanted. Let's see, anything else? Let's look. Psycho Shift if I wanted. I could give him a Flame Orb and I could pass that on to something else so that they take the burn damage. Retaliate if something faints. Not that I would use that because it's physical, but just, I don't know, I definitely won't use that, but whatever. And Yawn if I wanted to, really put somebody to sleep and really mess with them like that. So, overall, this is one of my favorite Pokemon to use in leagues, bulky-wise, because it's going to take any hit that's not super effective on it. Not really going to take a super effective hit too well, but there's only so much that's super effective on it that people actually use. Like, yeah, he has to watch out for those electric types, steel types, poison types a little bit. But other than that, like, not many people use rock types really that offensively in leagues. And ice type moves, yeah, you have to worry about. But like, if you're getting hit by an ice type move from a non-stab Pokemon, then it's not going to do as much. So he's great bulky-wise. So next we go to Claydol. Claydol straight up sucks. He gets Rapid Spin, and Rapid Spin. He gets Levitate, which you guys will notice when I go back through and just kind of summarize. We have a huge ground weakness, which is why that was useful. And even though he sucks, he can do a few things. I mean, 70 base attacking stats and really bulky though. 60, never mind. 60, 105, 120. Not bad at all. Calm Mind to raise that special attack, special defense. Let's see. Magico, Light Screen, Reflect. Rapid Spin, and Rapid Spin. Stealth Rock if I want to set up rocks. Trick if I want to mess with somebody. Anything else that's any use? Oh, he gets Cosmic Power. I did not know that. This thing just became a lot better than I thought it was. He gets Store Power too or no? No, he didn't get Store Power, but he does get Cosmic Power. And if I run Cosmic Power, Calm Mind, and then 2 attacking moves, I will win. Take my word for that. Unless they get a lucky crit, I will win if I run that. You guys can tell me that I'm not gonna, but I'm basically just gonna run that. Toxic, does he get Recover? Probably not. No, he doesn't get Recover, but he does get Rest, I believe. Yeah, he gets Rest. It's good enough. Heals our health back. Leftovers also heals us back. Anything else? Imprison could be fun. I don't really know where I would use that, but might figure something out. And if I wanted to make him stronger, I could use Power Split or Power Trick. Feel like Cosmic Power, Power Trick, and then just Wreck, because that's gonna be amazing. I actually want to test that in what tier is this, in NU? I'm gonna test that in NU actually, because that sounds really fun. Just, yeah, Solar Beam, Trick Room. Again, Trick Room's kind of fun to use, so that's good. And yeah. Next, finally, our last Pokemon is Leavanny. only reason why I picked Leavanny is because I noticed, yeah, my team was pretty fast in the front 4, in like the first 6, and then I got to the second 5, and I started realizing that my team started to get a little bit slower. Just not too much, like 80 base speed and probably 70 base speed. Yeah, 70 base speed, 80 base speed. So like for these 2 Pokemon, I got Leavanny because webs is super useful, and Leavanny can set up those webs, which is awesome. Because if I set up webs, I might actually be able to outspeed some stuff with Blaziken and Metagross. And also, he gets Baton Pass, and he gets Calm Mind, which passes Special Defense and Special Attack if I want, Agility if I want to pass Speed, and Swords Dance if I want to pass Attack. And from experience, if you lead with Leavanny, a lot of the time you'll be able to get that Swords Dance Baton Pass off, which is awesome because I could do that in Baton Pass into, I don't know, something else that's really strong attack-wise, like Lando. Or I could just pass Speed to Lando, something like that, and really put in the work. And also, one less known fact about Leavanny is that he actually has 103 base attack, which is surprisingly good. That's higher attack than Victini. Let's put that in I don't even know the word I'm looking for, whatever, to kind of bring that up. And also he gets Magic Coat, which makes him a great lead. And if you look at his moves, he gets some decent moves. I mean, Synthesis is pretty good to get. Let's see, anything else? Electro Web to lower their speed if I want. I could use Entrainment if I wanted their ability for some reason. Like I'm facing like a Levitate Pokemon and I want that Levitate, I can use it. Grass Whistle if I really want to risk that miss. Or I can Mind Reader and Grass Whistle to be sure. And yeah, so I'm excited to use Leavanny. Now, like I said, we're a few minutes here. We're going to do a little recap quickly. Just go through it. You got a huge ground weakness on our team. I tried to cover for that. I mean, when I started drafting, I drafted like my first 4 Pokemon were like Diancie, Victini, Suicune, and Heliolisk. And then I ended up picking Blaziken and Metagross. So I was realizing, oh my god, my ground weakness is horrible. Which is then why the rest of my Pokemon I picked Resist Ground. After that, then I also realized my ice weakness was not huge because just like, but I did have Lando T and Celebi, which do have a decent ground weakness. So I decided that I would I would try to pick something to resist that, which I think I did pretty well on Victini, Suicune, Blaziken, Metagross, that type of thing. So I think that our team overall is very good. If you see any other weaknesses that I missed, I also noticed the water weakness, which is why I picked Heliolisk in the first place. And Suicune's also pretty good for that, and Celebi. So I think that we cover up our weaknesses pretty well. If you disagree, feel free to say so in the comments. And I'm looking forward to the season. I think that we can do really well. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and peace out, YouTube.